Is there particular cases in business you've seen people really be able to change the direction that has allowed them to create something incredible?
Yeah, well, you know, a little book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, right? Number one best-selling wealth, success, business book in the world, which isn't about wealth or success or business at all. It's about this idea that thoughts are things and you're creating your own reality. And so the reason why I love entrepreneurship so much, although you could certainly do it with all the other areas of your life, is because all of the dynamics that are showing up in your third dimensional experience of your business are simply a reflection of your own belief systems and your consciousness. So if you're struggling with your messaging, there's something for you to look at inside of you. If you're not generating leads, there's something to look at inside of you. If you're selecting bad strategies that aren't working, there's something to look at inside of you. If you're actually implementing good strategies, but they're not working, right? So when people come to the powerful living experience and they begin the process of clearing out some of their resistance, there's now no longer a need for the challenge they were experiencing to be showing up in their life because they've changed their mindset. And so the effect of that is a business breakthrough. And we have it all the time. There's actually a boyfriend and girlfriend couple who are in my high-level mastermind, and they came to the event and they were struggling with this solar lead generation business that they had. And then 90 days later, they sent us an email saying, hey, we were struggling and now we're doing $60,000, $70,000 a month in profit. 2 months later, they sent another email saying, hey, all of a sudden the business is contracting and we don't know what's going on. And so, you know, that the growth and then the contraction was a result of what we often see, which is people come to an event, they change their mindset for a while, but because the brain is neuroplastic, they go back to their old habits and patterns of thinking, right? Because no one's going to completely rewire their brain in 3 days of anybody's event. I don't care if it's my event or Tony Robbins' event or Joe Dispenza's event. It's about having this opening and then learning the tools and getting support on an ongoing basis, which is why coaching is so important. But so, people have massive breakthroughs, or they say, hey, like all of a sudden I got my first 20K client and guess what? It was somebody that I knew. It was somebody who was always there all along. And it's like, yes, because your beliefs about your own self-worth or what you charge or whether people would find value in what you have to offer, those were preventing you from even seeing the clients that were right in front of you. Because the brain is a goal-achieving machine. And we know this from neuroscience, right? You know this, there's a part of the brain, the reticular activating system. It's filtering out 88% of your experience and it's only paying attention to 12% of the information that's in front of you. Well, what small sliver of information is it paying attention to? Whatever's aligned with your beliefs. Right? So that's the game. The game is an inner game. You know, if you really want to grow, you use entrepreneurship as an opportunity to master the inner game. And then the benefit of that is not only are you living your authentic self through your business and having financial abundance and prosperity as a result of it, but you're able to translate this into all the other areas of your life. Because guess what? The way you're doing business is the way you're doing your personal relationship. The way you're doing that is the way you're doing your family. It's the way you're doing your bank account. It's the way you do anything is the way you're doing everything.
Yes, 100%. I just find that in business, it's really fun because you get a measurable result if you're messing up, and that hurts. Your bank account will directly tell you ain't doing right. And so it ends up being a very
100%.
sharp edge to play with when you're in the entrepreneurship field.
Yeah, and even that is like, if we were going to look at that, you can't really do it wrong. I mean, you're not doing it right because you've got some misunderstandings that are meanings that are wired into your brain that are materializing certain results so that you can have that reflection and do the inner engineering. But like, this wasn't even your own stuff. It was some misunderstanding from when you were a kid, or it was something that your parents believed that they passed on to you. And so you're not really messing up. You're just starting to understand how the whole mechanism works. And then in that, you can take the pressure off of yourself, because I think that's one of the really challenging things with the current state of a lot of personal development is you get into this work and then you start to think you suck at personal growth. You're like, wow, my thoughts are creating my reality. I don't really like my reality. You even start becoming afraid of your own thoughts. So the whole, again, that's just a meaning you're giving to your own experience of personal growth. So if we were going to sum it up, it's like, just chill, and it's hard, quote unquote, because the nervous system is literally designed to not chill. The nervous system is designed to keep you on high alert. And the nervous system translates into this mental mechanism of meaning. And so it's constantly giving threat meanings all around us. And just as we think about closing this out, because I know how long your interviews are, we've been talking about it on an individual level, but I think it's also important to understand, not only are you creating your own reality, so the work is to detoxify yourself of fear or these forms of limiting beliefs so that you can experience what is always there, which is abundance, health, relationship, connection, impact, joy, self-expression, authenticity. That's the natural state. It just gets disrupted by these misunderstandings of fear that are inside of us. But that same game is being played out collectively. And so if you look at what's going on in the world right now with what a lot of people are calling totalitarian control in its various forms, censorship, the military-industrial complex, corporate capture, whatever position you want to take, all of that is just an expression of what's inside of all of us. And so the solution is singular. The solution is like, do your own work to heal your misunderstandings. And if more of us do that, our external environment will change, both on a personal level of our own lives and a collective level of like what we're creating on this planet. And so, I don't often hear about it spoken in this way, but I think personal development is the technology that quote unquote saves the world, right? It's the technology that allows us to transition from the current reality, which is reflecting thousands of years of unprocessed trauma, to a reality where we're living in harmony, where health and abundance and prosperity are available for everyone, where there aren't a handful of people, quote unquote, controlling the majority of humanity. And, where it's kind of like Wakanda, like you're living with technology and in harmony with the planet. So I believe in the certainty of the goodness of the future. And I'm actually very excited about this change that, we're experiencing in the world. And I also get excited about the breakdowns that people have in their lives, because I think on the other side of the breakdown is the transformation.
Thank you so much for listening to the Selling with Love podcast. We have some previous episodes you can tune into right here. And if you prefer the short form content where you get to the point in under 10 minutes, we do have a ton of clips from our best episodes that are being shared on this channel as well. So pick which one supports you the most. And of course, thank you for liking, subscribing, and of course, selling with love.